Hi, we're live at 5. Well, it's not 5, but we're live and I chose to do I remember the last couple videos I did do live to record because I wanted to be able to use my phone so you guys could hear what I wanted you to hear, which is whenever I use someone else's topic or expound on someone else's information, I would like to add them to the the live or the video. Okay. The reason why is because, like I said earlier on one of my other videos, I mean, I think everybody should get credit for what they create. You know what I mean? So that is why I would like to add the information so you can understand where the person is coming from. Okay, so this is going to be part two of the topic deadbeat dad or controlling mom question mark. Okay, so there's a question mark behind that because I'm asking a question. Which one do you think it is? Because oftentimes we like to call out the deadbeat dads, but we don't really address the controlling moms. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm a woman first. I was born female, so I'm a woman first before anything. So I'm not defending men more than I am women. I am just actually pointing out some things that just needs to be pointed out sometimes because not all of the time the men are wrong in this certain topic, right? So that's why I wanted to expound on it. And what happened was I had already been thinking about this. Like I said, I did a piece a long time ago regarding this. I written something and I was supposed to try to submit it, but I never did. And then like years later, I see this young lady that's on TikTok. And she goes by the name of Fancy. That's her handle. And I will give you the information in the comments so you can go ahead and, or at the bottom of the video, so you can go ahead and you will be able to see the rest of her information regarding this topic. Of course, we're going to play a snippet. Why? Because like I said before, it's her creation, and you really need to listen to it because it gives you a perspective from the other side, which is the person who is on the other side of the two parents, okay, which is the bonus mom. That's her part she plays. She's a bonus mom. So it gives you a perspective from her side, her point of view. And I think it's really good. And honestly, like when I started listening to her videos, I just, like I said, I saw that familiarity of how I felt back then because I was once a bonus mom because I don't choose to use stepmom, but I was once a bonus mom back in the day, and then I was also one, up to here lately as well. So I really can relate to all of the shenanigans and things that happens while you're a bonus mom. And I just think it needs to be addressed, and it's not anything personal against anybody. You know what I'm saying? But if it hurts, say ouch and move on. But I mean, it's just something that you need to think about. Not all men or should be in the category as being deadbeat because they are not willing to let their baby's mama control them. So basically, that's what I'm saying. That's my part in it. I'm not saying that, like I said, that the women are always wrong in these cases because it's not, you do have deadbeat men. We know that. I can attest to that as well. That's an experience I've had as well. So I will definitely talk about that at a later time. However, we're talking about this right now. So before we get into the things though, I gotta say that I'm feeling really good right now. Why? Because I just came off vacation, honey, last weekend. And looky. I got me a new mug. This is a brand new one, and it says L for lucky. And my first name happens to begin with an L. So it kind of fits the bill. But this mug right here, I got a story. This mug right here was given to me by one of my bestest of friends. She's a really sweetheart. She's a real sweetheart, rather. And what we did was we gave each other gifts for our girls' trip. Like it's awesome. It was supposed to be a third person, but she didn't get to make it, and we did not like that, but we had to move on because we had the show had to go on. But we had an idea to give gifts, so I gave gifts, and then she gave gifts, and we both have our gifts for our other that we're gonna mail to her. But this was part of one of the gifts that she had given, and it is so cute. Because she knows that I like mugs, and she know I drink coffee and tea and all those things. So kudos to her. And I'm gonna let you get a close up again. It's so pretty. And guess what? It also has a warmer to it. I knew it was something that I was gonna bring, but I'm not gonna leave and go get it. But it is so cute. It has the warmer to it, and I just love it. And also, it has a lid as well to steep anything. Like if you want to steep the tea, and what I mean by steep is when you put your tea bag in there and just let the tea sit a little bit in the hot water and steep. When you put the cover over it, that's what steeping is. So, anyways, it has that. It is so cute. I just love it. It's so dainty. Mm, mm. And so me. Once again, you have your mug. You can go ahead and drop a picture in the comment of it and tell us a story about it if you want to. If not, that's fine. But after all, you are on Me, You, and Coffee. So yeah, if you have a mug, it don't have to be coffee in it, don't have to be tea in it. It could be whatever you want in it. Do you, boo? Okay. Like on Tab says, that's your business. It's your business. You know what I mean? I mean, it can be water, whatever. But just join in with me because it's a mug thing. You know what I mean? It's a mug thing. So, anyways, a little bit about the vacay. Oh my God, I had a wonderful time. Unbeknownst to myself, I got a little sunburn, which was weird because I knew I should have brought some sunscreen lotion, but I did not. And neither did my friend. So we both was up there with no sunscreen, but she had enough sense to stay out of the sun. But me, I gotta go on in. I'm sorry. I mean, I went all the way over there to Mexico to have a good time and get some things off my mind because I still got things going on. It's still, like I said, life is lifing over here. So I had to go and, get a release, and I had such a great time, and I did that. It was just bomb. I went by way of a cruise ship, okay, Carnival Cruise Line, which is one of my favorite cruise lines because it's literally a fun ship. We did that, and I'm gonna talk about that later on as well. But well, I will say one thing about it before we're done talking about it. One more thing, but this right here, this here, it looks like you probably can't see it, but the way the camera is, but it looks like I have liver splash. You know what liver splash is? We have a little, like when you're one color and got splashes in your skin, that's another color. That's what this looks like. So the darkness looks like my skin, which is not, and the liver splash is actually the color of my skin. So, and I have it on my arms as well. And it just, I was like, oh God, I done got sunburned, but it was all worth it. I had a wonderful time. I had a blast. I wish I could stay like more days than I did, but that was my friend's first time being there. So I just went ahead and, I didn't, whenever someone go on a cruise, it can be overwhelming. And some people can't stay on longer. So I figured we'll go on a 4-day this time, let them see how it is. I think my other friend did go on a cruise before, but this one I know for sure. This was her first time. So we went on a 4-day. I'm used to 7 days. My first cruise out was a 7-day. And ever since then, this is my first 4-day. And I did notice a lot of things that were different. And I was like, oh, that's why, because I was like, last time, this and this. And then so when I had spoken to like some of the employees on the cruise line, and they were like, well, that's because this is a 4-day. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got it. But baby, moving forward, I don't plan on doing any more 4 days. Okay. I want to do 7 or more because I didn't want to come home. I was enjoying myself so well. And this one on the 4-day, you only get to go to one place. When you do I think it's a 5 or more, maybe 6 or more. I know for sure 7 or more, you go to 3 different locations. So yeah, it's just it's wonderful. That's how I was able to go to all the countries I've been to. And unbeknownst to myself, I'm a cruiser, is what they call it. Because this wasn't my first time. However, this was like I said, my friend's first time. And then I encountered a lot of first time cruisers while I was on the ship. And the funny thing about it is they were asking me questions, and they noticed because when you go on a cruise, they have a ship card. So here's the thing with the ship card. Basically, that's what identifies you on the ship. That's what you can use on the ship as money. Like you loan money onto the card on the ship. They're not looking at when you're trying to buy things on the ship, you buying it with cash and all that. They don't too much do that. Only thing you can do on the ship, I know with cash, is you could tip. And also, you can put money into the casino machines with cash as well. But everything else, more than likely, you're gonna need your ship card. So they give you that, and I think they start you off with a blue color. Yeah. Look, I'm acting like I got. So anyway, they start you off with the blue color, and then you just grab as many cruises that you take, you start to change your status. So I thought I needed a couple of more cruises. I wasn't even looking for it, but when they gave me my ship card, it was gold. So I'm like, eh. So gold, and next is platinum, and then they got diamonds. So diamond is the highest one, and platinum is, what I'm saying? So I'm almost a platinum. It's looking like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I was excited. I'm like, I'm a gold member. So I said all that to say the people that I encountered on the ship, they noticed that my card was a different color than them. And some of them knew what the card colors meant. So they were like, oh, we know you've been sailing because you got a gold card. And I was like, yeah, I've been on a few. And so that's how we started talking. And so that led them to ask me questions because they were curious because I had already been. And I was like, I had so many answers for them. And they were like, oh my God. Like, and one of the ladies even said, you know what, you need to work for the cruise line or something because you are very knowledgeable and savvy about. I say, yeah, I mean, because I've been on quite a few, you know what I mean? And I had thought about it once. I'm not going to even lie. I thought about it, and I might even still do it. I might still do it. But yeah, I love cruising. I had a wonderful time. To say that before I went on my first cruise, I was like, I had a phobia. Because a long time ago, for some reason, I used to always dream about a tidal wave. Like, seriously, it was so weird. And the tidal wave will actually rise up. And as soon as the tidal wave about to fall, I will wake up. I don't know what that dream meant. I don't know where it came from. But it just was happening. Not all of the time, but it would happen sporadically. And so that right there kept me from, I was like, no. That's what I thought it was a sign. Don't get on, in a large body of water. That's what that's what I thought that was. I thought it was a sign for that, but no, it wasn't that. So it was like a phobia and a fear that I got from a dream. And then so finally, this one person that I had met, that was special to me then, they said, you know what, we're gonna go on a cruise. You're gonna like it. So they convinced me and I went, and now, I like doing it. So, like I said, I'm gonna talk about that on a later date. We're gonna talk about that because I'm gonna tell everybody how it is in my experience, because that's what my vlogs are about. Everything that I'm talking about, mostly I'm talking about my experiences. Okay, I've experienced it one way or the other, so that's what I want to talk about. I feel like I said, I can be more helpful to people talking about things that I know about and that I have experienced and I've learned. Not only experienced, but things that I've learned from. I think that'll be more helpful. So that's why I decided to make this blog in the first place. So now we are on video number 4. If I'm wrong, no, I think we're on video number 4. And this is the part 2 to the last video. I kind of like on the last video, I introduced the topic and I kind of gave you some meat and potatoes, about it. And so you can go back and look at part 1 first and then come see part 2. If you see part 2, normally that's what I do. When I see things and they got a part to it, I go to the first one first and then I look, in sequence because I'll know what's going on. So, like I said, I kind of introduced our guest, and I've already talked to her, because like I said, I do not believe in this copyright and infringement thing is real around here in these streets of the internet. So I try my best not to do anything that's going to, mess up my channel and my accreditation for my channel. So I went on TikTok and we befriended one another, and we've been, we conversated via messaging, of course, on TikTok. And she said, oh, it's okay. I have a lot of people who are interested in the story. And so, yeah. So basically what the thing is she is a bonus mom, and she has had serious issues. I'm talking about serious issues and problems with her husband's baby's mother. Okay. And so she's at the point where she's fed up with it. So she decided to talk about it. And you know what? I learned in therapy that a lot of things we have problems with, and we just kind of like push them under the rug or try to, bury things on top of them. And they end up coming out eventually, but not in healthy ways. So I think that we should try to do things healthy whenever we have something that we don't really want to deal with, or that's giving us so many issues. Sometimes we got to talk about it. You have to. A lot of times it's hard and difficult to talk about it in this type of arena because you feel like you have a lot of people watching and you don't want too many people in your business because, some people can be very harsh and judgmental, especially on this dear internet. So, yeah, we don't want to talk about it, but more people are coming out and being a little more, bold with it and just sharing their stories. And I'm telling you, a lot of people will actually gravitate to something that they're familiar and they have experience with, such as myself. I gravitated. Now, I want to say that she is more, she uses adult language. Okay. That's why all of my videos are made for adults only. I don't want you to be, like I said, judgmental. Hear her out and listen to what she's saying. And you really should go and see her page. I'm going to put, like I said, she goes by the name Fancy. And what I'm going to do at the end of the like I always do, I'm going to put her information inside the video. Right. So you can be able to go. And if you don't have a TikTok page, make a TikTok page. It's okay. You can just make it just to go on there. You don't have to, make a TikTok page to be your daily thing. You can just make it to go on there. And they have, look, if not for their recipes and all, they have all kinds of weight loss recipes and all kind of things, hacks. I mean, Dollar Tree hacks and all kind of things. I've learned a lot of things from TikTok. Like seriously, even DIYs. No, was it DIY? Do it yourself. Yeah, DIYs, do it yourself. Whatever that acronym is. But do it yourself projects. I did a lot of those, and they came out good. All because I learned it from TikTok. So go make you a page. And if you don't want to, then okay. But I think you really should hear her side of the story. Like I said, I will. I'm picking. I selected one of the videos just so you can get a snippet of what she's talking about. But again, before I let you hear what she has to say, the bottom line is this, and this one I can let you listen to more of it because she has several videos. That last video, it was just a little bit snippet because that was only one video to that topic. But she has like a plethora. She has different parts, because it's a story that she's telling. So I will listen to a little bit more than normal, but to hear everything, you would definitely need to go to her page to listen to it all. But like I said, she has a very relatable story. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said on the previous video, sometimes you have to just let something go. And that's not even when you have kids. And it's sometimes things just don't work out. They're not meant to. There's this story about people having a season in our lives or things having a season in our lives. And some people are just not meant to be in our lives for the long haul. And you got to let it go, right? And that's just, I think, to me, more so to sum everything up, I think the issues, like I said, with people, baby mamas or baby fathers, because we have baby fathers that do it as well. They like to hang on and cling on and try to control the mother of their children. So it goes both ways, but we're talking exactly about the men, but I still have to throw that out there because I don't want you to think that I'm more on one side than I am the other. Like I said, it's just that I had experienced something like this before myself. And believe you me, like I have sisters, I have friends who have baby daddies and they've been very deadbeat. So yeah, I definitely am I understand that. Okay. But at the same time, there's another side to the coin. There are men who are out there that are not deadbeat and they're just trying to do the best that they can, and also be in that kid's life. But the mother makes it difficult because she's still holding on. And another thing that I pointed out as well that I gotta say, because sometimes those those dads can be misleading to the baby mamas. And they're not just holding on for nothing, right? Something else we're going to talk about as well. But right now, we're going to get back to this topic. And I'm going to let you hear what she has to say. This particular video is called The Bonus Mom Struggle. And where it is in the story, I don't know, but I just want you to hear something she has to say. And then you can go ahead and go look at her for yourself. Now, once again, I'm going to warn you, she's very, she may say some words that's adult language, but we're all adults and it is what it is. So let's go.
Dear stepmom, you can take your time, money, and heart to take care of my children. You can buy for them with your own money, teach them things, play with them, help them bathe, wash their clothes, dress them nice, do their hair, brush their teeth, bandage their boo-boos, tuck them in, and pray with them at night. You can take them back and forth to school and do all the things a parent does. You can even sacrifice your own needs for them, but don't you dare ever think of yourself as a parent. You can have all the responsibility of a parent, but you are nobody, so don't forget it. Even if their dad has the exact same legal rights as me, you better not do something as simple as pick them up from school early without my permission, which I won't give regardless, even if you don't legally require my permission. Regardless if Dad could have gotten them the exact same way and time, and I could have said nothing about it. The fact that he got you to do it while he was working made me angry. Because I wanted you to have to drive 45 minutes to meet me at 6 and then drive that long way back at dark with 5 kids who are hungry because I won't ever feed them dinner first. Don't you dare make a doctor's appointment for them or do anything that their dad is legally allowed to do. You are to do as I say. It doesn't matter that my boyfriend is allowed to get them from school. You are nobody in my eyes, and I will do everything I can to slander you and make life hard. I'll stop.
Okay, we're gonna pause right there. Now, this is something where she's gonna talk, but she's letting you hear something that she had found. That was a piece from someone who, felt the same way, obviously, and they're just putting themselves in a position as the baby's mama, and they're like writing a letter to the bonus mom. And if you heard those things that was said, that's like how. She's talking about how she feels about the bonus mom. She's letting her know you're not the parent. Okay. You don't do things that the dad is supposed to be doing. You don't pick them up from school. You don't do this. You don't do that. So just running down a list of things that she don't do when those are good things. It's not bad things. They're still helping you. And the thing is, when the child is with their father, what you worried about? As long as the child is healthy, not being abused, what you worried about? Okay? You made a baby with this man, so you should trust that man enough to know if he's going to be with someone who's going to abuse or try to abuse his child or not. You should know that, okay? Because you had a child for this man. Now, listen. This is where it get deep. It's like that. This is what people don't think about. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one or two things. And you can argue with your mother if you want to. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mother. It's one or two things, right? Either one thing, you still want the man, okay? And you want to be in this lady's position, and you're not, okay? Or two, you just want to be controlling. So either you're controlling or you want him, and then you could be both of them. You can be controlling and you want him. But it's something. It's not just you just being come on, man. I just feel like people need to just be real with themselves. You gotta be real with nobody else because people figure it out and they see what's going on. You need to be real with yourself and admit that that's the problem. Because you got to get over it. This lady right here, she's still with her husband. And I think she says, I think their daughter, they have a daughter that's a teenager. So, that's a long time. Okay. And they're still married. So obviously that guy is not going nowhere. Right. So whatever he's telling you, even egging you on. And I'm not saying that he is, but see, sometimes, see, the men do that. Now, I'm not saying her man is because I don't know these people. But what I'm saying is there are cases where there are men who egg those women on and they think, that they have hope. So their attitude is always going to be messed up toward the other woman because, again, that's their spot. That's how they look at it. That's how they see it, right? Then you have the situations where the men are being what they're supposed to be to their wives, their spouses, and they're just trying to have a relationship to be cordial with their kid's mother. And they're just trying to be patient with her. Okay? So in those instances, that's where I think you're wrong, baby mama. You're wrong. The man has gone, especially when they're married. Now that's, when somebody married someone. Now, not to say that that's a guarantee, but still, while they're married, if they break up or something, whatever, wait until that happens before. Don't quit acting a fool while the man is married. That's what I'm saying. If the man is not married anymore, then you got a chance to jump on in, I guess. But while he's married, and if he's doing what he's supposed to do, then let him do what he's supposed to do for his child, okay? And go ahead and get you somebody, you know what I mean? And keep hope alive. But for right now, the man is married. Stop being that way. I'm just saying. Because it's not a good look on you. It doesn't make you look like your mother of the year at all. Because to me, I'm sorry, and I'm sure to a lot of other people, it makes you look like you're using your children or your child. That's what it looks like. So don't do that. That's really not. That's so ugly. That's not cute at all. Now, she had went and she, like I said, she went and she started talking more about, you know what I mean, the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and let you, she was giving us an excerpt at that point, and I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to her talk.
Listen, all in all, being a bonus mom is pure hell for many women. When you choose to date a man that have children, please understand what comes with that. Yeah, there are some great bonus mom stories out there that you can probably hear from women who haven't had to go through anything. The baby mama is dead. The baby mama is strung out on drugs, so she don't even have the mental capacity to call and even interrupt that family dynamic. That baby mama is just garbage. She don't care either way about what's going on with her child. She sometimes in, she sometimes out. All she knows is she got somebody that's going to take care of her responsibility. But let me go a little deeper for this. There may not be a manual to tell you how to actually navigate through these situations. At least I haven't found one. But what you can do is type it in the box in TikTok, bonus mom struggles, bonus mom drama, and you will hear many examples from many women who have experienced the struggle of being a bonus mom. No one can deny this. It's real. There are too many stories that I've actually took the time to actually look into to see that some of these women really are head over heels in love with these children. And unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is not your child. At some point, you got to say, I'm done, I'm hands off. It's unfortunate because 9 times out of 10, that child needs you. 9 times out of 10, you probably can give that child much more than their mother could ever give them. And that's just the honest to God truth. You're probably educated. You're probably successful. You probably went very, very far in life. And the baby mama is still struggling. She's still 10 steps behind you. And as long as that's the case, she's always going to be a hemorrhoid in your ass. So at this point, you got to choose.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. A hemorrhoid in your... Okay, so I want y'all to, like I said, don't be as judgmental with with her dialect, the way but she has points, you know what I mean? And she's just telling you from her experience and her perspective how she feels. She has, if you, like I said, you need to go to her page and listen to more of her videos so you can really get her. Um, it may be some things you agree or disagree. Because, like me, some of the stuff that she just said now, I don't totally agree with it, but I understand where she's coming from, if that makes sense. Because if you're not in a situation, you really can't attest to it, like for real. It's just something that you know about, right? So her situation has to be very, very, very seriously messed up, as far as the dynamic, like she was saying, for her to be feeling the way she feels. So give her that. You know what I mean? Give it to her. But I'm telling you, you can learn some things. A lot of us can learn some things about what she's talking about.
And I say that loudly, proudly, and boldly. You got to choose you. And if you have children, you need to choose your children. Your children should not have to see their mom suffer because of somebody else's child. That shit ain't right. Your kids don't deserve that. Your kids deserve a healthy, loving mother. And you do not deserve to give your all to somebody's child and then be railroaded by the child's mother. And I say that with the utmost respect to the woman that's doing this, but you need to put you first. It's no longer about that child, and it's no longer about how your husband feels. Listen.
Okay. So it's about to start over again. But anyway, so this one in particular, like I'm telling you, this shit compel you to go listen to what she's saying, in her other videos, because she has a point. The ending, I got exactly what she was coming from toward the ending, because what she's saying is, after so much has happened, so much energy has been, given toward this whole situation, and it seems like there's no resolve, and she's actually at the point where it's affecting her, how she interacts with her own child, or not so much as how she's interacting, but you know what I mean? Well, how her child is seeing her being hurt, or how, obviously it's hurting her and her child is seeing it, and it's making her angry and her child is seeing that, and no kid wants to watch their mother be hurt in any way, and then the other part is, and especially the fact that the baby mama, the child, and the baby mama child and her child are sisters, because they got the same father. So it's like, now there's a rift in between. There could possibly be a rift in between the siblings because of what some adults are doing. And so that's what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. When you got, to me, like I said earlier in the first video, when the children are involved, that's when we should put our feelings as adults to the side. I have another experience that I'm going to talk about one time that has to do with the same kind of situation. Not exactly, but the same. And what I mean by it is, it's a thing that happened in my life where I figured that the adults were not adulting. That's the better way to put it, So, and I'll share that with you guys as well. But I know I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. I get it from that standpoint, the standpoint that she is, because I was once, like I said, stepmother twice. And I get it from the standpoint of, you can only take so much. I do. And she's at her breaking point, is why she even probably started to actually talk about this in the first place online. Share this part of her life and her business, because she's at the breaking point to where she washed her hands. She's not doing what she did before, meaning she was being a parent to this child, not just her bonus mom or named her stepmom. She was actually parenting along with her husband, which is good. To me, that's a good thing. And like she said, but believe it or not, let me tell you something. This is one thing that I've learned as well. I'm not going to feel guilty or feel a certain way about my success or any success that I've had or I have in the future that I've worked hard for, and I've worked and I've done what I needed to do, and I'm that person. I don't feel guilty. Not one iota. Know why? Because I work for that. Okay? And I'm going to work for that. So I'm not letting you make me feel a certain way because you didn't do whatever you needed to do to get wherever you wanted to be. I'm not trying to measure our success. I'm not trying to say who's successful, more successful than the other, but I'm saying what I decided to do was for the betterment or to better myself. That's why I did it. And I did it, and I'm not apologizing for it, and I'm not going to try to make myself look less than or feel less than to fit in your world. Okay? I can still fit in your world because I consider myself a chameleon. And you know what a chameleon is? A chameleon is an animal that can actually color themselves and just fit into any environment. Okay? So that's why I use that as an example. I'm a chameleon. I can do that. I can hang with the best of them, the more educated ones. I can hang with middle class, and I can hang with anybody else. It doesn't matter because I'm me. And I feel like even if someone has more education than I do, they have a better job, they have a better house, a car, whatever, I can still rock with them. Okay. Now, if they want to rock with me, that's their decision, but I can still rock with them. Okay. Because that's me. I'm an everyday person. I can fit in. I don't, you know what I mean? That's me. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to make me feel guilty for achieving anything. Okay? If I'm ahead of you in something, you're not going to make me feel guilty for that. That's just the way it is right now. Do what you got to do to get where you want to get. And stop worrying about me. And don't try to compete with me because, baby, I am every woman. I'm going to tell you that straight up. I am. I'll turn around and I'll surprise you. Because if you're trying to keep up with me, you'll never be able to do it. Because I'll turn around and get some more certifications and more degrees and whatever have you. And before you know it, you'll be like, dang, I didn't even know she was doing that. Why? Because it's not for you, and you. It's for me. I do it to benefit me and what I'm trying to accomplish for myself and my family. That's why I do things. I don't do things for clout, shout outs, to look a certain way or to say I'm more than someone or I did more than you. I don't do that. That's not my motivation, honey. And it shouldn't be yours, but a lot of times it is people's MOs. Their motivation is what? Their motives, motivation, or whatever you want to have it. Call it. I mean, it is for, just to be better than someone else or take a step higher than someone. That doesn't make sense. Because you writing yourself some checks that you probably can't cash. And see, nobody knows what people endure to get the things that they get. Nobody knows that. They just see people where they are, and then that's that. I have a pastor, God rest her soul, Overseer Renee Lewis used to say, you might see my glory, but you don't know my story. And I felt that when the first time she said it, I was like, oh, it just quickened me. Because I related to it so well. It's like people want to do things that you've done and they want to be what you are, and they don't know what you've been through to get there. It's just not as easy as you see, right? So I said that to say when she said that about, the bonus mom might be this and that and all that, and then you have the mom who hasn't, done more or haven't done things or whatever. And they may feel intimidated and feel like, oh, I don't want my, child to be, wooed away by this woman because she's the enemy. And that really don't make sense. It really just doesn't. Because again, you're using your child. And I'm willing to bet you my bottom dollar that this child, her stepdaughter, really fancied her, really loved her. But again, when you're being in the tug of war, somebody gotta win the tug of war. And 9 times out of 10, a baby is gonna gravitate toward their parents, their mother. So it's just bad. I think that we really need to grow up, people. We need to grow up. We need to grow up as women. We need to grow up as African Americans, and we need to learn how to make it work, how to blend that family in. There was a TV show that came on. It had Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell's ex-husband. It had this lady named Elise Neal. It had oh my God, oh Lord, Jesus. I'm having a brain. Lisa, oh God. Lisa Ray. Oh my God, I can't believe that. See, I like Lisa Ray, and I never forget her name, but I had a call it a COVID moment, okay? But Lisa Ray was in it, and it was called All of Us. And the show, I loved it because it was funny, but also I loved the whole theme of the show and the whole how they used to set these different scenarios, and each show used to be about the whole dynamic of a blended family of how hard it can be with, you know, especially the women, they're not liking each other. See, that's what I liked about that show. They actually showed it and they actually put it out there. I loved it because that's what needs to happen. People need to understand, like, you don't have to be an enemy of your baby father's wife or girlfriend. It could be a girlfriend or whatever. It don't even have to be wife. It could be a girlfriend. You don't have to be the enemy of that person because basically it just whatever happened between you and the mister, it happened. Now, it remains to be seen whereas if you and the mister will ever reconvene, get together again or whatever have you, it remains to be seen. But while you got to face what's going on in the now, what's happening now, okay, and you got to take care of it as if that's how that's going to be. Like they call it your norm, your new norm. This is your new norm, okay. My norm was this. It was me, baby father, baby, or you know when baby father was single, you know baby father was this and that. We still did, you know, indulge a little bit or whatever have you. But okay, but baby father's not single now. So your new norm is baby father not single. And you and baby father got to raise this child together, and you need peace. And you need your child to see peace. You need your child to feel peace and be around peace as well. Don't make those children have to decide something that they really shouldn't have to. At the ages they are, let them be children. Don't let them have to choose between someone that their father loves and you as a mother. It's really not fair, honestly. When you get down to the get down, it's not fair. It's not fair to them. Okay? And you're holding on to something, especially when you are, because like I said, nobody knows the future. You know, you and baby daddy just might find yourself as star-crossed lovers and be back together again. But until then, okay, act like you got some sense. I mean, that's the only way I can say it because my grandmother used to say that all the time. Act like you got some sense. And go ahead and try to get along. You don't have to be besties. Nobody's saying be besties if you don't want to, because I know that can be hard for some people. But be cordial, be nice, and let your children see the adult in you. Let them see you adulting. Okay, so that's all we're going to talk about right now about that topic. We're going to go ahead and end this video. I like talking to y'all. I like being with you. I'm going to share my video on my other social media platforms. If you could, can you like, subscribe, comment? If whatever you want to say, I'm open to it. I'm not turning down any comments unless it's now I'll read the comments, and if it's too derogative, then of course it won't stay. But I am a person. I believe in opinions. You have your opinion, put it down there. We can talk a little more about it. Or if you have some things that you want to talk about or you want me to expound on, let me know and we'll talk about it. But until next time, I wish everybody love, peace, happiness, and just go ahead and, like I said, keep your head up. Stop looking down because there's nothing down but where you used to be and all the pain that you used to have. But what is up is where you can go and all the happiness that you can experience and hold in your heart. I love everybody. I love you for real. Like I'm gonna take Miss Monique little thing and say I love everybody for real. And I hope everybody have a wonderful week ahead of you. And until next time, bye.